What is good? What is good? I am back. It is Thursday, May 19th, 2022, episode 144 of the Paul Pickett podcast. And I am yours truly, the one and only Paul Pickett, aka Triple P, aka the Common Sense Podcast, your source for music, sports, politics, world events, and more. Before we get started, don't forget that the video version of my podcast goes to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Rumble, and then we'll take the video and stream it live on 3 of the Twitter accounts: Twitter at Paul P Podcast, Twitter at Paul W Pickett, and usually Twitter at Promo Palace LLC, but sometimes it's Twitter at Indie Castle and Twitter at Urban Obsessions. Also, don't forget the audio version of this podcast goes to Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Deezer, TuneIn, Stitcher, Slacker, iHeartRadio, Player FM, Podchaser, Podcast Addict, and much, much more. Before I get started and pull up last night's NBA scores, let's give you a word from one of our sponsors.
Dizzle ain't no joke, got me addicted, ain't no coke. Let's just have a toast. Anybody want some smoke? Cause it's up, I be dizzled up. Catch me sipping with my double cup. Can't just have one, you gotta double up. You pour it, gotta watch it bubble up. I ain't gon' lie, I cannot get enough. When Callie said I need another one, gon' have you coming back for more. But go get it while it's hot, before it be sold out in your stores. That Dizzle.
That's right, that Dizzle. Do you Dizzle? Yes, I Dizzle. Check out DizzleBrand.com. Dizzle Premium Luxury Liqueur, mixture of agave tequila, cognac, and orange liquor mango mix. Order your very own Dizzle Brand merchandise. Go to DizzleBrand.com. Click on the store. They got the hats, the t-shirts, and the hoodies, and which I think they're about to give me the opportunity and the task of bringing the merchandise sales up for Dizzle, because they're not really that high right now, not as much as the liquor selling. Also, if you want to get your very own liquor, Dizzle Brand Premium Luxury Liqueur bottle or bottles, go to DizzleBrand.com, click on our locations, and click on one of the top 3 links, and you can order your very own bottle or bottles. You must be 21 and over, and shipping and handling is included. DizzleBrand.com. Do you Dizzle? Yes, I Dizzle. And I definitely hope that they let me take over the t-shirt, because I have sold some of these New Little Apparel t-shirts. So, sold t-shirts, I've sold jackets, I've sold hoodies, I've sold even New Little Apparel kicks as well. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just excited. I hope Dizzle does give me that task. You know what I'm saying? And it just brings me more into the fold of Dizzle Brand, because I believe in Dizzle Brand. Dizzle Brand is it's a $200 million business, man. It's a $200 million business, because compared to all these other liquors out there, we've been bamboozled and hoodwinked for so long. I was just talking to one of the owners of Dizzle the other day, and my artist name is Paul Masson, and I took a shot of Paul Masson the other day, and after drinking Dizzle and tasting Dizzle, Paul Masson tastes like pure tea shit. Hennessy tastes like shit. Like, all these liquors taste like shit. We've been paying for these cheap-ass liquors for too long just to get drunk and get a buzz. And it tastes like pure tea shit, man. Like, Dizzle could be like the bacon of liquors. Who doesn't love the flavor of bacon? It could be like the Coca-Cola of liquors, man. Dizzle could be like the Coca-Cola of liquors. Coca-Cola just has this great aftertaste. It's like, if you ever had a blunt and smoked a blunt and drank some Coca-Cola after it, it has this aftertaste like cheese and wine does. It just goes together so well. Coca-Cola and chronic. Coca-Cola and chronic and Coca-Cola. All right, but enough for Dizzle Brand. Let me get on to the NBA.com, but definitely go check out DizzleBrand.com. Go to the store, get the merchandise, and definitely going to start pushing the merch even more. if I get that task, if that's the task. Because right now I basically just run the Facebook profile page, fan page, and their TikTok. So if they give me another task, man, I'm willing to take it on and you know, try to definitely accomplish the task and do a great job. Let me get into last night's score. Western Conference Finals started last night. Golden State spanked the hell out of Dallas, 112-87. It was at Golden State. It was at home. It is game one. Let's not forget that Phoenix won the first two games versus Dallas, and how did that end for them? Definitely bad night for a lot of people. Luka was a -30, -11 for Brunson, -8 for Powell, -22 for Dorian Finney-Smith, -27. I mean, everybody was a negative. You got 17 from Dinwiddie, only 20 from Luka, and 14 from Brunson, and 12 from Bullock. You definitely needed more from Brunson and Luka. Dinwiddie did 17 off the bench. What more can you ask? But Golden State was just so well balanced last night. You had two players scored 19, one scored 15, one scored 21, and three tens. So you had 19 from Wiggins, along with a block of steal. You had 10 points from Draymond, along with 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and a block. 10 from Kevin Looney gave you 10 and 5 and 4 assists, 2 blocks. 15 from Klay Thompson, along with 5 rebounds, 4 assists. And that's the thing. Everybody got like 3 or 4 assists too, man. You got like 6 players with 3 or more assists. That's a lot. You're talking about well balanced. Well balanced. Curry gave you 21 and 12. He was leading rebounder of the game, it looks like. How the hell that happened? It must have been rebounds. Just Dallas must have been shooting threes, and they were just bouncing off of the damn rim and falling into Curry's hands. And he gave you 4 assists, 1 steal, and a block. And then you got 10 from Otto Porter with a steal, assist, and 6 rebounds, along with 19 from Poole with 3 assists and 1 steal. I mean, like, you had a lot of balance. I mean, Kuminga only played 5 minutes, as athletic as he is. Moses Moody played 5. They got rookies playing 5 minutes, man, which most rookies don't play a single minute in the Western Conference Finals. We got a puppy alert. Come here, puppy. You coming in? Oh, she ain't going to come here. We got a puppy alert. No, puppy has entered the podcast room. I repeat, my puppy has entered the podcast room. Okay, I'm going to get into first topic. I'm going to get into the Buffalo shooting. I got to talk about it. I don't know most of the details of what happened. Puppy left the building. But I will tell you this. All I need to know is racist, white, cracker, honky shoots up what I guess was a grocery store in a predominantly black neighborhood. That's all I really need to know. Those details right there. Racist, cracker, honky shoots up and kills a bunch of people in a predominantly black neighborhood grocery store. It's fucked up. It's heinous. I mean, like, just going and randomly killing innocent people is one of the most heinous things you could really do. And I'll be the first to admit, the cracker community has a history of just shooting up like schools and stores and just killing innocent people. Now, black people don't really have a history of doing that. I mean, you've had a few incidents. I mean, you had the guy, he didn't shoot up nobody, but you had the guy that ran over a bunch of white people with his car at a white parade. That's pretty much the equivalent of what this cracker did. This is my only issue I have with these racial killings. There's such a double standard and hypocrisy with this, because how is it any different than killing somebody over gang colors? It's really not. One person's killing somebody over the color of their skin, and another person's killing somebody over the color of their bandana or the t-shirt. It's really some heinous, fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I look at this shit. Like, this is the equivalent of gang killings. Like, white people shoot up department stores and schools and shit, and they're usually some antisocial, fucked up kid, like fucked up in the head. I mean, I don't even know what's going through the head, because I didn't, I've had an incident where I was literally jumped by 20 black dudes at once. They didn't make me want to go back to school and kill them all and shoot up a bunch of black people. I predominantly hung out with black people the majority of my life. I've been robbed in gunpoint at the projects just because I was white. It didn't make me want to go back and kill everybody and shoot everybody up, So I've been a victim of being robbed just because I'm white. Like, these things are so heinous and fucked up, but we got to stop being hypocritical about this, because it's no different than gangs shooting up a whole block and killing innocent kids and innocent people. It's the same equivalent. One is killing over gang colors. One is killing over skin colors. We got to stop being hypocritical about this. They're both heinous, fucked up acts. White people are known for shooting up a school or a department store. Black people are known for shooting up the whole block. The whole block. We got to stop being hypocritical about this shit, man. All this shit is heinous and fucked up, man. You know what I'm saying? It's so fucked up. Gang drive-by shootings, and that's the thing. White people don't do too many drive-by shootings, which in my mind is some coward shit. Drive-by shootings are the most is a coward way of killing people. Like, it takes a certain individual to walk into a convenience store and just start randomly killing a bunch of. It takes a certain fucking crazy motherfucker, a certain psychopath crazy, but it's not a coward move. At one bit to walk into a convenience store opposed to drive-by shootings is the most coward killings ever to me. It really is. I understand, like, I guess the analogy of drive-by shootings is you drive by and there's no witnesses seeing who shot who, but now somebody can just easily get a fucking plate. It makes more sense to just, roll up on somebody with a ski mask and kill them and run off, opposed to doing a drive-by where they can get a plate, the make, the model of the car. It's not really this idea that it's smart to do drive-bys because less witnesses and stuff. No, it's not. It's actually dumber. They're both actually the most moronic things I could think of. And they're really both heinous acts, man. Because all the time when people just go and shoot up blocks or convenience stores or grocery stores or schools, yes, they might have intentions of killing a specific person, but then they start randomly killing everybody. And even if they had intentions of killing just a specific person, there's always going to be innocent bystanders. When you're just talking about automatic weapons being shot in public like this, I mean, it's very heinous, man. It's fucked up. I heard somebody at the grocery store saying this only happens because people are raised this way. That's bullshit. That's complete bullshit. Some people are just hateful individuals. My uncle is a racist son of a bitch. He's a racist piece of shit, right? But he wasn't raised to be fucking racist. My grandfather, my grandmother didn't teach him. They didn't raise him. My grandmother is nowhere near being racist. One of the sweetest people that ever walked the face of this earth. She didn't raise him to be a racist. He was just a hateful little motherfucker at an early fucking age. He was hateful at an early age. He was racist at an early age. And my uncle is like, he's the worst kind of racist. He's racist towards people for reasons that he does himself. Like, for example, he might say, he might be like, make a remark like he's racist towards black people because they're on welfare or whatnot. I was on welfare as a kid. So there's that. But my uncle is getting disability when he's not disabled. He's trying to lie and cheat the system, and he gets food stamps himself. So it's like, racists are always fucking hypocrites too. That's the thing. They're never just racist. They're also hypocrites. But my take on the Buffalo shooting is some heinous fucking act. It's so fucked up and heinous. But we can't be hypocritical about this shit and act like it's any different than a fucking drive-by shooting where innocent kids get killed all day long, especially in Chicago. Innocent kids get killed every fucking day in Chicago with drive-by shootings. That's fucking heinous. And they're killing people over gang colors or gang names, gang colors. I mean, killing someone over a gang color is no different than killing somebody over a skin color. As far as I'm concerned, it's two heinous, fucked up, ignorant reasons to kill. And people get killed over women and money. Like, people are killing over the most pettiest shit in the world every fucking day. We gotta stop being so fucking hypocritical about this shit that people don't get killed over the most pettiest reasons. Some dude is getting killed every day over a bitch, over a woman. I'd be damned if I want to die over a woman. If I'm going to die over something, I'm going to die over money before I die over a woman. I'm going to die over some money before I die over a woman. That's got to be the worst, most pathetic, especially a woman that you ain't married to. I've had an affair with a married woman, and if I got killed over that shit, I probably would have got what I deserved, man. Like, I literally had an affair with a married woman in her trailer at her home. And there was an incident where I thought the husband actually came home, and it was actually her going outside and coming back in. And I thought he had came home. I didn't realize that they only had one car and she had to pick him up. That's why she felt comfortable cheating at her own home. After that, I was like, nah, you had to come over to my place. Then after a while, I was like, nah, what am I doing? What am I doing? Because she was literally cheating because her man wasn't really sexually pleasing her. Like, she said that I gave her a first orgasm or the first time she come in over a year. So yeah, she did. Her husband wasn't doing his job. And that's the problem with relationships, man. When somebody's lacking at any part of the job in that marriage, people cheat, man. When you're not doing your job, I mean, people are going to go to other. What's the solution when somebody's not doing a job properly? You find somebody else to do the job. That's common knowledge. People can say all they want. Well, they're married. They shouldn't cheat. No, you're not doing your job. When people don't do their jobs properly and correctly, guess what? People find other people to do the jobs 99.9% of the time. But it's nothing worth dying over. And killing somebody over skin color is one of the most heinous acts, like killing somebody over gang colors. They're both really, to me, the same fucking thing. You're killing somebody over a color that you don't fucking like. They're really fucked up, heinous, and hypocritical. I'm gonna get into a couple TikTok. Oh yeah, and also the Buffalo Cat. They need to fucking hang him, execute it, whatever's. If they got death penalty in that country or that city, or state, my bad. They got death penalty in that state. He needs to get it. If not, they need to throw him in prison forever and throw away the key. But I wouldn't be surprised if he gets murked in prison because of it. If somebody doesn't have him murked off in prison just because of what he did. That's the thing, man. Like, prison has its own justice system inside the prison system. Like, once you get locked up in prison, prisoners sometimes can bring their own justice. Like, pedophiles and rapists, get extra justice committed on them. And I don't think there's enough justice for a pedophile and a rapist. There's not enough justice. There's not enough justice in the world, as far as I'm concerned, for murderers, rapists, and pedophiles. There really isn't. There's not enough justice for any of these violent criminals in the world, as far as I'm concerned. If you kill somebody and you kill somebody in cold blood or you kill someone over a bitch, over money or some shit, you should never get a second chance, as far as I'm concerned, because the person that you killed will never get a second chance. Unless you kill somebody in self-defense. I'm sorry, man. You don't deserve a second chance, as far as I'm concerned. So he killed a lot of people, man. He don't, they throw him in front of a firing squad, as far as I care, and I wouldn't feel any remorse for what happens to him. And the excuse that they made, I heard some excuse about COVID, blaming COVID. No, you're just a hateful, racist cracker. That's all it is. You're just a hateful, racist, cocksucker from the cracker community. And no, I don't get offended over words like cracker and honky. I'm not going to cry and sniffle like a little fucking baby. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not a sensitive little fuck like the rest of these motherfuckers in this world. I'm a man. I'm a motherfucking man. I've been hit by a motherfucking car before. I've faced a near-death situation. So I don't fear nobody on this earth whatsoever. I'm a man dingo, and I will always be a man, and I will always have qualities of a man. A man is supposed to be strong and fearful, not some coward, some little racist coward, And that's the thing, man. A lot of people are so mentally weak in this world, and they throw around this mental health issues like it's candy. You know what I'm saying? They throw it around like it's candy. No, there's just a lot of weak-minded, sensitive people in this world. You know what I'm saying? And that's what this racist guy was that shot up this grocery store in a predominantly black community. Just a weak-minded motherfucker. That's all he was, a weak-minded motherfucker. All right, let me get into a word from another one of our sponsors, and then I am going to get into some TikTok reacts.
Are you a musician looking for music marketing and promotion? Then look no further than Promo Palace LLC, your one-stop shop for all music promotion services. Services include Spotify playlist pitching, YouTube video promotion, record pool promotion, blog placements, radio airplay promotion, SoundCloud promotion, and much more. With over 2,000 customers and over 10 years of experience in online promotion, Promo Palace LLC is a company you can trust. For more info, please go to promopalace.biz. See you there.
Once again, thank you to the beautiful spokesperson of Promo Palace LLC at promopalace.biz. Need marketing promotions for your music, product, brand, or service? Please check out promopalace.biz. Get press releases, SEO, social media marketing, TikTok influencers, Instagram influencers, playlist pitching, blog placements, and much, much more. Just go to promopalace.biz. I'm going to pull up a couple TikTok videos, and I'm going to react to them. And then we're going to call it another episode. And this one right here is probably not much to go off of.
February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September.
All right, so apparently that's a post where a person posting that their pronouns changes every month. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is the problem with pronouns and genders. They make this shit up as they go along. And who the hell could keep up? Who the hell is supposed to know that your pronouns change every freaking month? What are we supposed to mark it on our calendar? That your pronouns change every freaking month? I could care less. And anybody that wants to make me remember that their pronouns change every freaking month, nah. You know, I don't want nothing to do with you. I don't want to speak to you. Stay a million miles away from me. Stay the fuck away from me. I would never want anything to do with any person that's going to change their pronouns every day or every month and expect some complete strangers to fucking know that. We're not fucking mind readers, man. We're not psychics. You know. And that's what people are. That's what this pronoun bullshit is asking for. They're asking for people to be mind readers and psychics. Well, guess what? They don't exist. They're make-believe. Mind readers are make-believe. Psychics are make-believe. Fairy tales. Nobody can read your mind. Nobody can truly know what you're thinking. And how would anybody ever know what you're thinking if your pronoun changes every month? And then you got some of these people with their gender changes every week or every day or every month. No, it doesn't. You're the same sex and same gender every day of the week of your life. Your gender and your sex does not change daily, weekly, or monthly, and neither will your pronouns. I mean, good luck with that. But anybody thinks I'm going to be calling them different pronouns every single month. I'm not even calling you by whatever pronouns you try to force me anyways. Because you don't get to force me to say things that I don't want to say. Yeah, they'll open a Pandora's box. They're going to go down a rabbit hole that they're not going to be able to close with this one. And you know, they're making this shit up as they go along. I don't got time for fairy tales and make-believe and you to make shit up as you go along. You want to make shit up as you go along to make you feel better? All right, then fucking feel better. But stay the fuck away from me because you're not going to get me to confide or concede into this horseshit and this nonsense. On to the next one.
Surprise to you, but I rarely get misgendered by children, especially because when I'm out and about, like in the world, I always have a mask on. So like you can't.
That's all I needed to hear anyways. You rarely get misgendered by children. I would argue that the opposite. I would argue that you are getting misgendered by children and you're more likely to get misgendered by children because children don't know the difference between gender and sex until they're taught this. And to me, there's no difference between gender and sex, even though they want to gender is fluid. Oh, that's something y'all made up as y'all go along. Once again, y'all act like genders change every day. They change every week. They change every month when they don't. That's just something to make you feel better about your fucked up life. You don't feel comfortable in your own skin in the first place. You don't feel comfortable in who you are in the first place. So you have to try to act like you're something you're not and believe that you're something you're not to make you feel better. And if we don't believe and act like you're not that, then you're going to go into a hissy fit and not feel better about yourself. This is the thing, man. You don't get to dictate what people say out of their mouths to make you feel better. And just because a man wants to dress up like a woman or look like a woman does not make him a man. There's 3 sexes and 3 genders in this world: male, female, and hermaphrodite. There's no others. Non-binary is something y'all made up as y'all go along. And non-binary will never, I'm going to tell you right now, non-binary is never going to fly in the book and more half of these people's books. I guarantee probably 80% in the world is not going to concede to or confide into non-binary. You're not male nor female. So you're it. You're a thing. If you want, I would know, because I'm not going to sit there and say, I'm not going to agree with the fact that you're not male nor female. No, if that's the case, if you want me to call you not male or not female, I'm not calling you non-binary. I'm calling you it, a thing. Because that's if you're not male or female, you're just a it or thing. You know? And once again, mankind does not get to dictate things that the laws of nature dictate. The laws of nature dictate sex and gender. The laws of nature dictate sex and gender. Not mankind and their made up fairy tales, their little Snow White and the 7 dwarfs, Snow White and the non-binary 7 dwarfs. You know, man, y'all don't get to, if y'all want to make shit up as y'all go along to make you feel better, hey, just feel better. But you don't get to make us have to concede and confide into what you believe as you going along to make you feel better. You don't get to make me lie, talk ignorant, and speak falsely, use no common sense whatsoever just to make you feel better. No. If I would never lie to make nobody feel better. And if you think you're ever going to force me, I mean, just for all I could care, you could just feel like a miserable piece of shit. You would never force me to lie and to talk ignorant and to speak with no common sense and no common knowledge and no proper etiquette just to make you feel better. You don't get to do that. If that's the case, then don't bring your ass out the house. You will never feel better. You will be miserable your whole life if people have to lie and speak with improper etiquette, speak like complete idiots with no common sense, no common knowledge whatsoever, just to make you feel better. You will never feel better about yourself if that's the case. You will always be a miserable fuck. You will never feel good in life. Because I'm happy with my life. I'm single and self-employed for the last decade. What more could I ask for? I'm single and self-employed. I don't got no woman telling me what to do, spending all my money that I make by my damn self. Nobody helps me make my money. Nobody helps me spend it. I repeat, nobody helps me make my money. Nobody gets to help me spend it. You want to spend money? Spend your own money. You don't get to spend up all my money that I make by myself. Because there's no 50-50 relationship if I'm making all the money and you spending and you the only one spending it. And you ain't making it. That's not 50-50. That's 100% zero. If you ain't paying half the rent, half the bills, there ain't no 50-50 relationship as far as I'm concerned. Nope, not as far as I'm concerned. So I would argue that kids are misgendering him far more than adults. But if it makes him feel better to think kids are not misgendering him, you know, that's because kids don't know no better. Kids don't know the difference between, you know, man and woman at a certain age. They don't know the difference between gender or sex, you know. And they sure as hell don't know what non-binary and transgender and all this stuff is that y'all make up as you go along. And that's the thing. If you just making stuff up as you go along, you don't get to make me concede to it. You know, the Bible's made up. The Bible was made up as people just went along. Do you see me conceding to the Bible and believing in the Bible that the Bible is 100% truth? Hell to the no, because it's not. Nobody's 100% true. People are always wrong. I'm never 100% correct and factual and right on my podcast. 100%? It's mathematically impossible for somebody to be 100% correct all the time. People always make mistakes. But, you know, we live in a society now where you can't make mistakes. You make one mistake and you got to be crucified, canceled, and executed and punished for that one mistake. You're not allowed to learn from mistakes no more, you know. So you're not allowed to make mistakes no more because you're not allowed to learn from mistakes no more without being crucified, canceled, and executed and punished, which is some complete bullshit and horse shit. Because how the hell is people ever going to learn from their mistakes if they don't make them in the first place? That's common sense. That's why this is the Common Sense Podcast, is you jackasses and you morons. And it's also probably should be called the Unfiltered Podcast, because some of this stuff, man, that y'all just come up with, you can't just sit there and be PG-13 and nice about somebody trying to force me to speak like a complete idiot with improper etiquette just to make them feel better. No, screw you and your feelings. Screw you and your feelings. You don't get to do that. Just don't talk. If that's the case, then don't talk to people, because you don't get to force me to talk illiterate just so you feel good. Screw you and screw your feelings if that's the case. And I'm not going to intentionally be mean to nobody, just intentionally be mean to nobody. But you also don't get to intentionally make me talk like a complete idiot and a moron and a jackass who's illiterate and has no common sense just so you feel good. That's what facts over feelings. That's why Ben Shapiro says facts over feelings. Because you don't get to force us to lie about things so you feel good. So you feel a little better about your morning and your day, and you feel good about yourself. Screw you and your feelings if I have to lie. If I have to speak non-facts, screw you and your feelings. If I have to talk like a complete idiot and a moron and a jackass and illiterate and not speak proper etiquette, screw you and your feelings. That's what I say about that. Once again, 40 minutes into another episode of the podcast. We're about to hit you off with another commercial. And of course, we got to end it off with another other than a Paul Pickett podcast commercial, because why would I not sponsor my own podcast? This is the Paul Pickett podcast, right? Why would Paul Pickett not sponsor his own podcast? So let's get into another word from the main sponsor. This your boy, the one and only Paul Pickett, host of the Paul Pickett podcast, a.k.a. Triple P, a.k.a. the Common Sense Podcast, your source for music, sports, politics, world events, and more. Please check me out 3 to 4 days a week on my video podcast on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Rumble. And check out the audio version on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Deezer, TuneIn, Stitcher, Slacker, iHeartRadio, Player FM, and much more. Peace. See you there. Once again, I want to thank you for tuning in to episode 144. We're going to keep it moving. We're going to do another press release when we hit that episode 200. Paul Pickett Podcast. Peace, and I'm out.